and I mentioned it multiple times that this wand poisons the enemy. You know what that means? Your lingering poison damages the enemy even when it's invulnerable. Before we begin, I just want to show you my new pet, Quadrupus. I gave it this name as with some close inspection, we can see this sea creature has 4 tentacles. Just look how cool it looks. It's mopping the screen! Hello and welcome back my elongated Quad HD monitors. Today I have another item I want to talk about. One that we're all familiar with, and yes, it's the Robe of the Mad Scientist. Let's take a look at the comment of the day. Today it's by none other than BikuriBox12. He said, if your mace luck is anything like my Doku luck, you can expect to go on in about 5 years. Well, sucks for him, but we have UT trading coming out soon. Oh, and by the way, I have opened up YouTube memberships, so if you want to support this channel, you can become a member by clicking here, or just tip me on Patreon if you don't want to be under a monthly subscription. Overall though, it's just if you want to support me, then yeah, just become a member. It'll really help me pump out some more content. I mean, even if you don't want to become a member or donate via money, jokes. If you enjoy my content, just remember to like the videos, share it around to your realm buddies, and if you haven't, subscribe? The Mad Lab Robe was in a weird place a while back. It had pretty much the same stats as the Robe of the Grand Sorcerer, trading 1 wisdom for 2 vitality. The whole concept of an untiered item is that it's not tiered. It is different from a tiered item. This is pretty much a fancy reskin of the Grand Sorcerer. Trading away 1 wisdom for 2 vitality isn't going to change anything. However, one day, the one and only Tawa himself, he proposed a tweak to the item.
Then for the Robe of the Mad Scientist, I want to do a similar thing. Take away the 4 attack, make it 4 dex. Further capitalizing on that rate of fire. Then take the 2 vitality and crank it up to 8.
And Deca was like, that's a cool tweak. We're not going to do that. So now the item offers 12 defense, 7 vitality, and 7 wisdom. And on top of that, the ability called Scientist's Expertise. Your ability costs 25% less magic to use. This perk alone changes everything. This robe can give no stat bonuses and just have this ability and I'd still use it. I mean, this robe can give negative 10 defense and I'd still use it. I mean, if the robe also gives minus 20 attack, I'd still use it. So the card says it all. It reduces the cost of all abilities you use by 25%. This applies to every robe class. 25% may not sound like much, but let me throw some stats at you. The almighty tablet of the king's avatar costs 120 MP. That's pretty hefty. Now it only costs 90 mana with the Mad Lab Robe. And you know the Parasite spell? That thing only costs 25 mana. That spell only costs 75 mana, so it's already cheap. Now it costs 56. With a max divine pet and not even a mana ring, look how many times I can spam it. And that's me trying to deplete my mana pool. I mean, outside of combat, and with my beautiful pair, if I just use it casually once every like 1 to 2 seconds, this bombardment of spell bombs will last well over a minute. Like the enemies will constantly be swarmed by parasites. Another thing I love using this robe on is a mystic with a 𝐁𝐮𝐬𝐬 stone and a superior staff. This orb goes well with the staff as both items have a similar range, but this ability's drawback is it costs a whopping 120 mana per use. But with the Robe of the Mad Scientist, it costs an acceptable 90 mana, which is nice. You can keep hurling fireballs at the enemy at a decent rate. It's also nice on the Mystic with a tiered orb, allowing you to spam the crap out of stasis in dungeons like Lost Halls, so you can, you can skip enemies easier. By the way, my Mystic died. The Sorcerer is a solid pick with this item, as this item also gives a sizable 7 wisdom. That's relatively high for a robe. You know what's known to be one of the best robes on a Sorcerer is the Ritual Robe, as it gives an enormous 20 wisdom, making the scepter much stronger. But if you think about it, the Lab Robe gives a decent wisdom boost and a mana cost reduction. Like yeah, stronger scepter blasts are important and cool and all, but does it beat more blasts? Let's compare this using the Scepter of Devastation hitting 1 target. With the Ritual Robe, it hits for 1140 damage, costing 80 mana per use. With the Mad Lab Robe, it deals 1010 damage, costing only 60 mana to use. Let's say we use up 240 mana. You can only blast 3 times with the Cultist Robe on, totaling to 3420 damage. But you can blast 4 times with the Lab Robe, which totals to a solid 4040 damage. So if you really think about it, this may be better than the Cultist Robe for the Sorcerer, with the only real loss being less targets to hit. Now I saved this for last, but I believe the robe fits the priest the best. The drawback of this item is that it offers no DPS stats, so the hard hitter robes like Vesture of Duality and Diplomatic Robe will often be more appealing for those who seek to do damage. But the priest? We don't care about damage. We're only here for heals! Afro has a nice video on how nice the fungal tome is with this item, and it's true, it makes a tome only cost 60 mana and you can spam the heck out of those mushrooms. With the recent priest nerf, the other tomes cost heaps of mana to use, with the Tome of Protection costing 150 mana. The tier 8 tome costs 130 mana and the Chaotic Scripture also costs 150 mana. However, with the Mad Lab Robe, the Chaotic Scripture now costs only 112 mana. I mean, that's still quite a lot of mana. But hey, it's much better than 150. This tome happens to be one of my favorite items in the game, so spamming it more is a big win for me. One thing I'd like to mention is that this robe gives no additional mana. So is a 25% reduction all that good with a smaller mana pool? Yes, in more cases it's better than having a lot of mana as it's just plain efficient and okay, let me say it to you like this. Say we have a tablet, which I don't have. Okay, but anyways, let's say we have one. But I don't have one. Okay, fine, let's say we have an 𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐂.
Oh, it's flashing.
I don't have that either. Okay, jokes aside, let's say we have the Chaotic Scripture. I do have this item. We use it all the way till we have no mana left. We'll need to wait till we have 150 mana to use it again. But with the Mad Lab Robe, you will only need to wait for 112 mana to use it again. So there's that to think about. All in all, the rework for this item is great. It went from a reskin 𝐻𝐿 top to an endgame item that changes up the gameplay in a fun way, and for now, it's not really broken, but soon the gemstone will be reworked, which will reduce the ability cost by a further 30%, so using both these items may cause some trouble. But damn, if these two items work together, whoo! Yes! Thank you for watching my video, guys. If you want to see more cool content, be sure to check these two videos. You might like them too.